What's up, everybody? I'm walking up to our deer spot right now. Getting ready to do some summer scouting. Get some intel from our trail cameras that are set up over here. But before this video begins, make sure you go down below, like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys at the top of the hill. So one of our new stand options for this year is to put bait down there by this pond down here, because we've seen a lot of big deer come through this whole road right here and cross down and go around the pond. So we're possibly thinking about putting a tree stand or blind down here that faces out towards that pond and try to catch them and get them to funnel in through here to right there. So last year I set up in that tree stand right up there, and then our blind was just over the hill a little bit, but we hunted that entire flat that's out right in front of it for the majority of the season last year, because this was our buck hot spot. But we're probably going to make some adjustments this year now that they've clear cut all this back here, which I'll show you in a minute. So we're probably going to end up moving our stands closer to the wood line now that all that back there is cleared out. Alright, so our first spot for our trail camera is right here. It stands up there, but we got one there. We set that out over some blocks and bait. And then right there is our second camera. I'll also set out over some bait. This one's a lot closer to where we hunted, because as you can see, my tree stand's only right there. And our blind was right there last year behind the camera. So I'm thinking this up here is going to be a lot better spot than farther down, because we're close to the high point of this ridge that overlooks this whole property right here. But it's also a main travel point, because they all come from down there, out there, and right here, and they'll all meet at this pinch point right here, or this pinch point right here, and they'll all funnel out right here and just come right into where we had our base set up last year. But the plan now is for me to put my tree stand up there, and then we're gonna figure out another spot for our blind. But if I'm up that way, if I'm up there in that tree stand, I'm hunting anything that comes through here, here, or even farther down there. So that way we're able to cover all angles, and then they don't hopefully slip past us in any spot. So right here is the backside of where our stands are going to be over here. And as you can see, everything all across this flat and down into this ravine is clear cut. So they came back here and logged it all. So now we're hoping that because all this is cleared out, that they'll stop using this as much for travel, and that they'll use this whole wooded strip right here for cover as they travel through here, and then eventually pop out right here or wherever our blind is down there. So as you can see right here, we have this is one of our base sites. But last year and the year before, this is one of the main places we had a whole bunch of bucks coming through. They would cross this whole flat right here. They'd use this wood line and they'd travel nonstop. Specifically during the rut and post rut, they'd travel all up and down this wood line, and they use this as their main cover to get through. So by putting our tree stand putting my tree stand right up there. I'm hoping that we can catch them right down there or coming out down there in that direction. So right behind me is my tree stand from last year, and as you can see throughout this entire property, it's all grown up and thick everywhere, which is a lot different from last year because we had everything all cleared out in here, so it was a lot more open and there was a lot more corridors for deer to travel through. So now that everything's back grown up like it was 2 years ago, we're hoping that the deer focus in more and that they stay on the main pinch points and funnels as they have in years past on this exact spot. So that's what our hope is, especially with moving our stands back up that way, is that we can focus in on them moving more through the same spot versus past years. Alright y'all, that's gonna be a wrap for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. This is gonna be a really exciting property this year. Has a lot of potential, especially if some of our bigger deer from other years begin to show back up again. Hopefully we get a lot more big bucks that start filtering through here. But if you haven't already, make sure you go down below, like and subscribe, and we'll give y'all an update soon on new stand spots and what kind of deer are showing up.